Let's talk about resentment in a mixed faith marriage. Resentment is often what I call a byproduct of something happening in the relationship. Now, that something could be anything from sacrifice and support given from obligation to try to maintain the peace and not rock the boat, but where it comes at a price, like somebody is suffering to pay that price, where somebody's keeping quiet to keep the peace at their own expense. These are often the things that cause resentment, feeling unappreciated, and often that is definitely tied into doing things from sacrifice and support, feeling like it's not reciprocated, feeling like the other spouse isn't pulling their load. All of these things and many others can cause resentment. Now, you definitely see this in a mixed faith marriage. I'm the one who's been compromising everything. I'm the one who's been giving up everything. This type of language would definitely signify to me that resentment. I am not feeling supported. They're demanding so much. This is resentment. I have a little piece of advice I want to give on resentment. Often the best way to counteract resentment is with honesty. Now, that may sound funny, but I really truly think a lot of times resentment happens and builds and builds and builds due to a lack of honesty with ourselves and with our spouse. We're either not honest with ourselves about what we truly need here and about what our needs and wants are, and so we don't ask for them from our spouse, and then resentment builds and builds and builds. Or we're not vocalizing them with our spouse and we're not telling them what it is we need or what it is that we're okay with and what we're not okay with. We're not being honest with them in order to keep the peace or not rock the boat. So if you see resentment as a problem in your mixed faith marriage and you feel it growing in you and you're afraid it's going to become bigger, it will be. And I want you to start asking yourself, where am I not being honest with myself here? Where am I not taking care of my own needs? Where am I not honoring and acknowledging my own needs? Where am I not being honest with my spouse and letting them know what's going on with me and what I'm thinking and feeling about this situation? Resentment is often tied with honesty, which is really just another way of saying communication. Really being honest with what we're experiencing and exploring that and doing that internal work, and then being able to communicate that to our spouse. All right, this is Brooke Booth, a life coach for Mormons in a mixed faith marriage.